Welcome all, Bernie from EWPRO. Getting on to the weekly outlook, starting with the DXY. We're looking at this internal wave in here. We've got a WXY X2 down to that 38.2, and we're looking for that wave Z up to the first target 123.6 and then the 161.8. So nothing's really changed. We're getting that. We got a higher high, so we got that wave Z up. We also had that ball hidden here, if you've been following me. So yeah, that was a perfect trade up there on the daily. Getting onto the H4, we just got the one wave up. We had that A, B, C. This one come a little bit further than I thought. We got that nice correction in here when we look at the H1. So on the H1, we're looking at a five wave structure like W, X, Y, X2, and then a Z up to finish off that move. So at this stage, we don't know where this wave Y will end. Wherever it ends, wait for this X2 and then look for your buy to trade that Z up. That's the safest option at this time. AU on the daily. So we're looking at that WXY X2 Z down, come to our first target. The problem was, like I've been mentioning for a long time now, we lost a bullish divergence. So I was just looking for a correction in here and another lower low, possibly down to this 161.8. On the H4, we got those nice three waves up, A, B, C, then we're getting W, X. We're still in a wave Y here. So best to wait for your X2 and then look for that Z down. Better seen on the H1. On the H1, it's a little bit different, but I think this is internal. We got a W, X, Y, X2 and a Z down, but we've lost the bullish divergence. So that's why I'm looking at this as an extended wave in the H4 wave Y before we get, so we may get a little bit more downside here before we get that X2. But as soon as you get that X2, you know, look for the Z down. EU on the daily. Nothing's changed. It's virtually identical to the DXY. We got that WXY X2 up to the 38.2, and we got that move down, breaking the low in wave Z down to the, we just about hit that. I think we have hit that 123.6, and we're looking for that second target, 161.8 on the daily. Looking at the H4. Again, we got that A, B, C correction. We've broken out. We've just got one wave down. So whatever happens in here, if we get a correction, look for more downside. On the H1, it's pretty much the same as the others, but this is a more complex structure in here. Some sort of a, you know, like A, B, C in here for a W, X, Y. So we're in a wave Y, wait for your X2 and then look for your Z down. After your Z down, you know, then if you get a buy set up, look for the buy, because we're at bottoms. GU on the daily. So nothing's changed. We got W, X, Y. We lost the bullish divergence. So I said, just looking for a correction and then another one down. We have that bear hidden here, like I've been mentioning for ages, you know. So we got that bear hidden. It's not actually valid to trade as bear hidden, but more than likely, like I've been mentioning, even if we don't get even if the bull hidden doesn't play out and break the low, usually we'll still get a very deep correction and then another one up for some sort of a flat and then another one down. So yeah, H4, nothing's changed since last week. Last week I ruled out that wave Z up because this was a much larger correction. So we got WXY, and we're getting like an A wave. We don't know where this wave A will end, but we'll be looking for a B and then a C to go and break the low. Whether it goes and breaks the low in this one move, it's possible, or we get like some sort of a correction in here for the B wave, and then we get a C down. On the H1, we do have bullish divergence, so we got 5 down. So we got this WXY, X2, Z down with the bullish divergence. Any trend line break. Any sort of trend line break you get, wherever this wave Z ends, if you get a correction, impulse correction, look for your buy, at least to the 50 fib, and yeah, and then we may get another one down. NU on the daily. So this one's becoming more clearer now. It was looking pretty messy there for a while. We were looking at this, and this was looking very corrective. We got a WXY. We lost the bullish divergence, and we bounced off that 100 fib. So either this was all the correction and we go and break the top, or we get another one down. Like I've been mentioning, we got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, so we can get that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in here for a complex correction 3-3-5 pattern, and then you get that A, B, C before you get that A, B, C like I've been showing. It looks like we're going to get either a 3-3-3 or a 3-3-5. We don't know if this is going to be 5 down or just the 3. But yeah, if we go down to the H4, or just on the H1 daily, sorry, we still can get down to this 161.8 in wave Y. So there is still a fair bit of room down. At the top here, when we're at that top, I said, we're looking for that 50 fib retrace of this whole move. So we were looking for a 50 fib retrace of that whole move for our correction before we get more upside. So if we go down to the H4, we got those 5 down. We got WXY, X2, Z down. We got an A, B, C. Last week we were looking for the sell, and we've got that. So really, do we have bullish divergence? Yeah, we do have bullish divergence. So as long as that bullish divergence holds and you get a trend line break, so this could take a long time, because we've broken out. This is a larger correction. We got the 5 down and A, B, C. So we may get 1, 2, 3 down, or may get 5 down. We don't know. But to finish off that wave Y. So yeah, I'd be waiting for this B wave and then look for the C down. UY on the daily. So this has been quite tricky. We got that A, B, C. Then we had that bull hidden. Went and broke the top. Then we got the bearish divergence, but we still haven't broken this low. So if we go down to the H4, nothing's changed. We're looking for that A. We're just looking for a B in here and then a C down for more upside. But the B wave broke above the top. So then we were looking for like the A, B, C down to the 100 fib. It didn't quite get to the 100 fib. Yeah. It's sort of risky to be buying. I mean, if you get a bullish flag or correction, you can buy and target that 100 fib, but we are getting to a top. You know, if you're keen, or you can trade it, but yeah, have to be a bit careful here on the H1 because we got a nice move up, and this is looking very corrective in here. It didn't quite break that low. So this may be just a B, C as a regular flat, and we get like an A, B, C in here in the C wave. So yeah, you have to be a little bit careful because that is looking a little bit like a B wave. But in saying that, we don't have any bearish divergence. So if you do get correction, flag, nice setup, you can buy to go and break the top. The Swissy on the daily. So this has been quite tricky as well. I hadn't been playing the game like I've been saying. We got an A, B, C in the B wave, and then I was looking for that C down. Instead, like I've been mentioning for quite some time, instead of getting something like this in here, we got all this very choppy movement, which looks corrective. So we couldn't rule out that another higher like an A, B, C in here. And that's pretty much what it looks like we're getting. So any sort of a correction, it's gone a fair way, so you really need to wait for a correction and then look for the buy to go and break the top. You'd probably be targeting that 100 fib. I'd be very surprised if the whales don't go and test that 100 fib. You can on the daily, we got that A. Like I've been saying, whatever's happening in here is all B wave. And we got that like an A, B, C in here. We just broke the top over here. So I said, you know, we can get a running flat for an A, B, C, and then give us another one up to that 100 fib. And that's pretty much the way it's looking now. This is looking rather impulsive in here. I mean, if I just zoom in a little bit. So this is looking very impulsive. On the H4, we were looking for that Z down last week. We were looking for that like W, X, Y, X2, and then a Z down before it went. Instead, it gave you got to buy. We got a break of the trend line here and a buy setup to buy. It would have been pretty difficult to buy without that Z down. But now if you look at it, we're looking, we rule out that Z down. We're not going to get a Z down. It still may go and break the low, but this is a larger correction. So here we've just got an A, B, C. We're getting bearish divergence. We had a bull hidden here. So you definitely could have traded that, this up here. And this may keep on going, you know. this may lose the bearish divergence it has now and go up to like the 161.8 or even the 100 fib. So, you know, it may be just like an A, B, C up to the 100 fib, or it may be a W, X, Y up to the 161 and then pull back and a Z up. So at this stage, if you're in the buy, you keep it, like take your first profit off here to get in halfway through the move. You're halfway through it and there's bearish divergence, so it makes it very difficult to enter at the moment. Looking at GY on the daily, so we got that W, X, Y, X2, Z up to the first target. We had a nice move down. It didn't break the low and we had that bull hidden. Now this bull hidden hadn't gone and broken that top, but it's giving us a very deep correction. Very deep correction up to here, like I've been mentioning. So more than likely, this is like an A. We get some sort of a B wave in here and possibly another one up. Sort of the way I'm looking at it. Or the bear hidden well, it's not bear hidden. We're in a big correction, so I'd be waiting for a larger correction in here. We are getting that. We are getting a larger correction. We sort of got, we could probably look at it like a W, X, Y, X2, and then look for your Z down. We do have a bear hidden here, so be careful with the longs. You may just get another one up here and then a sell setup. So if you do get a sell setup, I'll be more interested in the sell. Yeah, it's hard though, because we are in the middle. You know, whatever's happening in here is corrective on the daily. Whatever's happening in here after that Z up is corrective. So we don't know what we're going to get. You know, there's so many different structures this can be. You know, we get an A, B, C in, and then we get an A, B, C breaking the top for some sort of a B, C down, a running flat or expanding flat. Or, you know, we could get like an A, B, like an A, B, C, D, E as a triangle, or, you know, there's just so many structures, but we'll be looking for a correction, which we're getting, and then a sell, you know, draw some sort of a trend line and wait for the break and a setup to sell. EG on the daily, this is really tricky. This has been tricky for a long time. We're only looking for buys. We're at a low, but it's just not going. So we got a W, X, Y, X2, Z down to the 161.8. We have a lot of bullish divergence. So selling is not really something I'm really interested in. You know, I'm really interested in the buys. So on the H4, we got that W, X, Y, X2, a Z down, giving us that bullish divergence. We got the high, which was nice. And I was just looking for a correction in here for more upside. Instead, we got a very deep correction. So, you know, that's telling me more of a regular flat, or even, you know, as we know, a B wave can break the low as an A, B, C running or expanding flat. So it's hard to get a reversal from here with such a deep pullback. You know, it does happen as a leading diagonal, but, you know, it's very hard to trade that, because you can only really look at it as a regular flat at this stage. You know, so it just breaks that top and then gives you another one, may give you another 5 down, you know. So yeah. If you do get the buy on it, you know, definitely look for the buy. You know, we do have a possible bull hidden here, you know, which again is more of a correction. So yeah, looking at gold on the daily, this is been very difficult as well. So we got that WXY. We never got the X2 and the Z down. We had that bear hidden, and then we got that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we can get either 1, 2, 3 down or 5 down for a 333 or a 555. 335 complex correction before you get an A, B, C. Or, like I've been saying, like I've got it drawn, we get an A, B, and C up to the 100 fib. So there was a couple of different scenarios I've been talking about for quite some time. So it looks like we're going to get at least a 333. So we get a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We should go and break that low. And then we get an A, B, C. Excuse me. It doesn't have to break this low because it's a complex correction. It just has to be a 333 or a 335. So yeah, but it's broken the trend line in here now. You know, so more than likely we're going down. I suppose I could draw that target. You know. So you'll be looking for at least this 100 fib, you know, as your target. So any sort of correction you get, flag, look for the sell. Definitely look for the sell. Like I said last week, this was looking very corrective, you know. We got a move down here, but this was looking really corrective, and it's turned out that it was corrective because we got a nice impulse down. Here's your opportunity. If you're going to get a sell, don't miss the goal. WTI on the daily. So we got that WXY, X2, Z up, nearly hit that second target. We had that bull hidden like I've been mentioning, and this one did go and break the top. We did have bearish divergence last week. We'll have a look to see if that's held. Or may not have. It's on the edge, like, you know. I think we've actually lost that bearish divergence. So again, we'll be looking at this as some sort of a correction, A, B, C as a running or expanding flat. So yeah, on the H4, last week we were looking for that correction down to the 38.2 for the WXY, give us that X2 and then a Z up. We did get across here, but it's not as large as this, so I'm looking at it as internal at this stage, unless this is a expanding flat in here. I don't like it because we got nice read down here, so I'm not really looking at that as an impulse, but it is possible that you get that an A, B, C as a running or expanding flat before you get another one up. This may be part of the X2. I'm not really looking at it as that way. I'm still looking at it as this is all wave Y. But yeah, wait for that X2 and then look for the Z up. Oh, I'll just go down to the H1. Yeah, so H1, we got nice 3 waves down here. It didn't quite get to that 100 fib. Got a nice correction, got another little flag after the break, and this is more than likely a little flat in here. So, you know, you can put a buy stop just above there, or wait for a little flag on the lower time frames and look for like an A, B, C up, you know, to finish off that H4 wave Y. Then you'll be looking for the sell in the X2 on the lower time frames. Looking at Bitcoin on the daily. So I'm sort of, this one here has bounced off this 100 pip. So we're looking at it as we got 5 down in here. Then we got 3 up, and we got a nice impulse down. We got, well, it hadn't broken the low, so there's no divergence. But this has bounced off this 100 fib for an A, B, C. So this can go up and break the top, or at least that top there. Or it can just give us some sort of a correction in here and give us another one down. They're the two scenarios at this stage, either go and break the top or we get a large correction in here. On the H4, we do have bullish divergence between this wave and this low, well, this low and this low here. We do have bullish divergence there, but we lost the bullish divergence in this move down. So it may still give like another one down to give that bullish divergence yet. On the H1, I'm calling this a fake spike because on my platform, I didn't get this spike, so I'm looking at that as a fake spike. So we got like an A, then we can look at it as an A, B, and we get a C down as some sort of a flat in here, expanding flat, and before we get an A, B, C. Watch this trend line. If you're looking for the buy, which really you can only really look for the buy with this sort of structure. So I'd be more interested in like a little buy setup and buy, and then you'll have to be careful because we got this big impulse down. So more than likely, whatever's happening in here is corrective before we get another one down breaking the low. But at this stage, I'm sort of looking at this as a expanding flat, and we get another one up. If you go down to the lower time frames, you know, you could draw your trend line and see if you get that buy set up. If you get the buy set up, we'll look for it. If it comes down, breaks the low and gives you a bear setup, well, you could look for a little bit more downside. But, you know, you're at a low, you've had a big fall. Yeah, I'll be more interested in that buying for that daily flat, you know, because if this is a running flat, well, this can go up and break the top. So I'll be looking for that buy, you know, on the H1 there, and enjoying the ride if it does fall over, if it does shoot up on you. So looking at SPX, oh yeah, SPX. So eventually I've been looking for that A, B, C. Finally, we got a nice big drop. We got bearish divergence and a nice big drop. Last week, it was still possible that we got an A, B, oh, sorry, an A, B, C, and then we get a running or expanding flat in here before we get another one upside. I'm sort of starting to rule that out because this one has gone a little bit too far. On the H4, last week I was looking for that a retrace back to that 38.2 for a WXY X2, and then look for that Z down. Again, this it got up to that 38.2. We never got across. So I'm sort of looking at it as internal. So if we do get more downside without getting across on the MACD, you know, this will still be a wave Y, and then we'll be looking for the 38.2 and then a Z down. Yeah. So on the H1, See, we got this like A, B, C in here as an expanding flat. This one up here, it did go and break the starting point of wave A, sorry, the ending point of wave A. So that may be complete as an A, B, C. And so if you do get a little bearish flag here on the lower time frames, you can look for that sell to go and break the low, but just be mindful that it may just break the low and then give the larger X2 on the H4. Looking at the AU 200 on the daily. So this one was a little bit hard because we got that break at the top here. Excuse me. So I was looking for an A, B, C, and then we get an A, B, C down to this 100 fib and go and break the top. It's broken straight through that 100 fib, as you can see, and we got a nice impulse down. So this is a top here. So we'll be looking for, you know, an A, some sort of a B wave, and then a C down, at least a C down, you know. On the H1. So yeah, sorry, on the H4. H4, we just got WXY. We were looking for that X2 last week. And then we'll be looking for that Z down. We're still in this wave Y. We haven't got the X2 yet. Remove that and start to look for your 38.2 retracement. So you'll be looking for a retracement. Whatever happens in here, you may get another one up here, and then, you know, you'll be looking for some sort of a setup to sell for that wave Z. The DAX on the daily. So we got the 5 up. We got that like W, X, Y, X2, Z up to the first target. Then we had, I think we had that bull hidden there. It never broke the top. So I'm looking at it as some sort of a correction. Like I've just got it as an ABC here. But we don't know what sort of structure. This can turn, you know, into a very large correction. And I dare say that's what we'll get, some sort of a really large correction. I doubt it if it's just an A, B, C. We have bounced off that 100 fib, so it is possible that we go and break that top. But yeah, I'll be expecting a much larger correction after we got those 5 up. You know, we could be consolidating for a long time yet. UCAD on the daily. So, sorry, the FTSE. So we got that WXY, X2, and we're getting that Z up. Again, we got this bull hidden here. I think we had a bull hidden there. We went and broke the top. Now it's looking, you know, we were looking for this one down last week, but if we go on H4, so we had that break, you know, so we're looking for that buy. We got the bearish divergence, and then we got a bull hidden here, you know, so we got a flat here. This is a clear flat, you know, so, you know, if you do get a buy setup, look for it to go and break the top, but it's already complete. You know, this can be, the end only has to, well, wave C up, like the A, B, C. That wave C up only has to break the ending point of wave A. So, yeah, this could have been, this can end at any time. If we have a look on the H1, We don't have any bearish divergence. So we don't have any bearish divergence. This is very impulsive here, and this is an impulse here. So we got 3 impulses, 1, 2, 3. So we'll be looking for a correction, an impulse, and then you get as 1, 2, 3, and then you get that 1, 2, 3 as some sort of a larger flat in there, and then you get like A, B, C. It could be very choppy, or it may just go up and break that top. Ideally, it just goes up and break the top and gives you some sort of a bearish divergence. You really need to wait for a bearish divergence on the H1. Once you get that and you get a sell set up, definitely look for the sell. I'll be more interested in the sells than the buys. So I hope you enjoyed the weekly outlook. Like, subscribe, and share. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you out there next week.